Welcome, welcome, welcome. What is up, everyone? It's been a while. Today is a really good day. I've been kind of planning this for a while, and it's finally time to start wrenching again. I'm gonna show you what I ordered over the course of the last like 6 months or so. I've been waiting for this to try and get some more power into the car, but also circumvent some of the issues we've been experiencing, as you've seen in the last video. But let's jump right in. So, what do we have here? I don't know. What does it look like? I'm so excited for this one. This is probably the biggest thing out of this whole set. I'll go into details as to what each thing is going to do, but this, if you don't know, AEM made an Infinity version just for the E46 M3. What that means is it integrates with the CAN bus that the BMW DME has, and so you can integrate the whole system into, you know, the dash and all the lights with that, and the steering wheel. So the biggest thing that I'm excited about is not only am I gonna be able to add a bunch of cool features and safety features to the car, but I'll be able to switch maps on the fly from the steering wheel, just like you see with, you know, JB4 and boot mod nowadays, but on the old platform like the E46 M3. So this is the AEM Infinity 708. So it's the one made for up to 8 cylinders, I think. And so the biggest thing though is that you can easily find these, but not this guy. This guy is the plug and play adapter for, I'm gonna push this to the side for a sec, for this ECU specifically. So it actually plugs right into the factory harness, and then you just have to go wire up a few different sensors additional to the factory stuff, which is what I'm excited about too. So in here, I bought this secondhand, as you can see, because you can't buy them new anymore. Neither can you get this very specific version, because although you can use this AEM Infinity 708 with other cars that support the 708, it's not the other way around. This firmware is built specifically for the E46 M3 and is not available for all ECUs of the 708 to be able to use. So this particular ECU has a very unique just model number. I'm gonna put that in the description at some point, but this little guy right here is probably the hardest thing to find nowadays. So I haven't tried it yet, but the last owner said that it was all working and that he just switched to, I think, max ECU. So hopefully this works, because they're really hard to find, but I'm really excited. Now, we've got this, and then we have map sensor, because when you switch to this standalone, that doesn't use the factory MAF sensor, so it uses a map sensor, which integrates into the actual vacuum system. So we'll do that. A separate O2 sensor, because the 5.9 or 4.9, I guess LSU 4.9 isn't supported on these older standalones, so the 4.2 has to be used. So we'll set that up. And then here, if you're not familiar, this is an ethanol sensor, so that we can run E85 flex fuel on the car, which is what I'm most excited about too. And then we have a oil pressure sensor and a fuel pressure sensor, just to add a little bit more monitoring data for the car, for me to be able to, you know, keep safety to the highest possible. Here, what we have is a BTI gauge. So this is a really cool system that integrates with the AEM Infinity, and is able to kind of list a bunch of data into this small screen. I'm gonna pop it open here. And so it's kind of like a little, you can't really see it here, but here, so little screen here. It is touchscreen, so I can shift between different views and dashboards. But the nice thing is that I can just have one little screen with all the data. So it'll show me ethanol content, boost, you know, anything I want basically on this screen. And I can also make some changes to the tune from this if I can't do it through the steering wheel. So I'm gonna replace my gauge pod that's in my vent right now for the AFR so that I can just have this probably on the windshield close to the dash, and kind of keep my setup more OEM, and also remove the GFB gauge that I have right in front of my steering wheel that I really dislike. So I'm excited for this one too. Then we have some replacement brake pads from Hawk Performance. So this is kind of a temporary thing. I plan to go big brake kit. But for now, the factory brakes are working really well, but I kind of wanted to upgrade the pads themselves because I've already done the rotors. And so I'm just going to be running this HPS 5.0 pad, which is a really good street / track pad. And then these are kind of little bits that aren't necessarily needed, but I need one of my rear wheel bearings replaced, and they come in a set of 2, so I'm probably just going to do both. And then this is simply just my, I have aftermarket like door logo lights, puddle lights, whatever you want to call them, that shine a logo on the floor. One of them went out, so I'm just going to replace both. Here we have the Radium Engineering fuel pressure regulator and fuel filter kit for the E46 M3. The reason why I went with an aftermarket FPR is because it actually has additional ports for you to use one of these sensors. And then that way I can plug it into the fuel system without doing anything hacky to get the reading. And then also just have a fuel filter that's capable of handling E85 without worrying about it going bad over time. And then here is a flywheel. So I have actually purchased a Uniclutch twin disc clutch setup, which is a really cool concept made by Clutch Industries, and you should definitely check these guys out. They're in Australia. They manufacture these in Australia, but the process is basically, instead of using a factory flywheel to pressure against a clutch, this actually has its own unit that will do that whole thing inside the unit, and then the flywheel is actually just used to mount the unit against. And so I figured if I don't need to resurface my dual mass flywheel or replace it, I may as well go with a single mass flywheel to reduce some weight and gain a little bit more power and less power loss, just because you're reducing whatever. But this clutch is the middle. They have like 3 different tiers. This one gets you up to about 1,000 Newton meters of torque, which is going to be plenty for this car, I think. But yeah, I was starting to slip on my stage 2 like spec clutch for the car on even just 450 wheels. So I figured if I'm going to go higher horsepower with the E85 sensor, I may as well just upgrade the clutch as well. So I decided to just go big and not go home. So we're gonna do that, and then get the ECU installed and hope that everything works properly. But yeah, really excited. But let's get started. All right, first order of business. Check the transmission to see if the seals I replaced fixed the leak. Oh, it's tight up here. Okay. Oh, that's looking mighty fine. Look how dry that is. So definitely fixed the leak there. That's good. And down there looks pretty dry too. I like it. Okay. And now we need to remove this guy. so I can get access to the bottom bolts from the fan. So let's get this out of here. There's something. Looks like coolant. Take a look at that here in a bit. So got the fan off, and I found a little something. This is like melted off. So this is the side where the dump tube is for the wastegate. Man, the fan typically will sit right here. So it's definitely kissing the wastegate dump tube, and it just melted that little piece, but it's not a big deal. I looked at the blades, and from what I can tell, that little hole is not really gonna bother anything where it's at, so we're good. But I do want to say that this wastegate dump tube placement is definitely not ideal. It's also touching the radiator pipe over here. That one luckily hasn't melted yet, but I still really don't like this. So eventually I plan to switch up the manifold a little bit, because one, it'll fix the boost creep issues that I have, and then two, I will have better wastegate placement in the back where you can dump from down there instead of trying to fit crap over here. And then it'll place the turbo a little bit forward more, so I won't be able to run a cone filter anymore, but then I also won't have this ugly thing here, so that'll be nice. But anyway, that's like another $2,000 to go and buy, and then I have to fab the downpipe to fix, or to fit the new setup and all that stuff. I have to pull the motor out because you can't get the manifold, so it's just, yeah. Anyway, for now, this is fine. I'm not using the AC yet. It's all, you know, plugged in and everything. I just haven't charged it. I haven't had really a need for it either, so it's whatever. But yeah, top mount turbo life is what it is. So now I'm gonna take the cabin air filter housing stuff off and then go from there. All right, guys, we're in the car. Now you're gonna ask me, why are you in the car? I thought you were working on installing all those mods. Well, let's just say I get carried away sometimes, and I've always wanted to hear what this car sounds like with just the downpipe. So I took the mid pipe off, and now it's just running the downpipe. And it's sitting right here. Yeah, you have to listen to this thing. It sounds ridiculous. At idle, during cruising, and most importantly, under throttle, it sounds insane. The turbo spool is so freaking loud. Just listen to this. That is ridiculously loud. Like, actually really freaking loud. I think it's too loud, but it just sounds really freaking cool. But like, if you just listen, I gotta move because I have launch control on, so it's gonna prevent me from going above 3K. Oh my god, just listen to that. But just check this out. not even on it. That's crazy. I'm gonna try and do like a more under throttle pass here. All right, guys, we're back in the shop. I got my boy Edness right here. Gang. He's coming to help me out with the build. Car's back up. So right now we're just gonna do the brake pads for the front and then the wheel bearings in the back. And then we'll move on to doing some fun stuff like the clutch setup. But yeah, just gonna get going.
That shit, boy.
Hell yeah, look at this boy.
Right here, dog.
Bigger than mine, goddamn.
Yeah.
Alright. So we're gonna put one of these on the back of the bearing race right here. So that when the bolt tries to like pull it out, able to.
Well, slide hammer, dog.
Yeah, we gotta grab a slide hammer.
Shit, we be back. Tune in. E46.
Super light.
Super life. Gangin'. S4.
Alright, we're back. We just went and grabbed a slide hammer so that we can pull this muff out.
So if this thing gets caught up in here,
Yeah.
gotta use something like this right
We
here.
gotta use this.
You can see it lifting now. You can see a small gap under there.
Yeah.
Got that bearing in.
What is this?
Using this thing right here. This would go here.
Oh.
Flush the bearing itself. That way it can go inside. And then hammered it with this one, so it could sit flush in the back of the hub, and then be able to get the lock ring in right here. And yeah.
There she comes.
Wow.
And just like that, kid.
And clean it up and then make sure that machine
that
surface
down.
is all clean. Yeah.
Gotta file that little groove down right here.
I'll get it all cleaned up and good for you. Where'd she go?
Little status update. Got this cover heat shield thing off from the exhaust. I'm gonna take the drive shaft out, just this side, center carrier bushing, and then pull that out so that we can get the transmission out. And then I'll pull this transmission mount off, disconnect everything over here, and then actually take this off too, the slave cylinder, and then start going after these freaking bolts. It'll be fun. Ugh. If you can tell that in my voice, it'll be a lot of fun. Hell yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Just no words needed.
No words needed. This is where we're at right now. I'm not happy about it. The transmission is not getting low enough for us to gain access to the top bolts. The top bolts of the bell housing. And the engine's not flexing down enough on its own. So we're basically gonna try and drop the subframe so that the engine can go lower, and then bend it so that we can get access to the bolts from the top. But I'm just annoyed, but whatever. We're gonna try and do this, and then I'll get back whenever we have some progress. Bye. Little status update. We got.
Oh my god. Oh, I just got flashbangs.
The transmission out. And now we're gonna have to be working on getting the good old pressure plate and flywheel off. But first we gotta put the subframe back up so that we can brace against that for torquing down the flywheel. So we'll do that first.
Hi guys.
Okay, it is now 1 in the morning. We have finally gotten the rest of the clutch system out. You can see that the slippage has caused some burn marks here on the pressure plate as well. Clutch looks okay, but obviously this is just not handling the torque I'm pushing through it, so time for an upgrade. This guy is really heavy. Actually, this dual mass. I forget how heavy it is.
Didn't you say it was like 20 pounds? 21 pounds?
No, I think it's 28 maybe.
Jeez.
And then the new one is 14 pounds. So that'll be nice, shaving a bit of weight. Less power loss through the drivetrain. Yeah, we're gonna stop here, pick it up tomorrow morning.
Is it a stopping point?
I think so, yeah. Just rest.
Alright.
But it's a lot better of an outcome than we thought at least an hour ago. Anyway, we're gonna clean up here and then go to bed. Try again tomorrow. What's up, guys? It's 8:30 a.m. Saturday. Woke up feeling a little better. I've got more energy in me, so now I think we're ready to knock all this out. I think we'll be done by the end of today, so let's get into it. So right now, what I'm gonna do is basically just start working on the turbo oil fitting. I already took the hose out here, so I have the adapter here. Basically, I'm gonna tap an extra port, NPT port, so that I can get one of these fuel or oil pressure sensors in here, and then reinstall that into the car. Once that's done, I gotta wire this up. I finally got a connector for the coolant tank, so I'm gonna wire that up right here. That's easy. And then after that, I gotta go down and replace the fuel pressure regulator and fuel filter with the Radium Engineering ones. And then that'll allow me to install the ethanol sensor and fuel pressure sensor, and then we'll see about wiring those up as well. Yeah, quite a bit to do here. John is still sleeping, so I'm just waiting on him to move forward with the clutch install. But yeah, anyway, that's what I'm gonna do in the meantime. All right. All right, that's marked.
Damn, that's tight. Can't even really see what's looking out of the other.
Yeah,
That thingy.
we got a socket on there right now because we need to be able to tighten it. And we don't have a wrench that can fit with this intake box in the way, so we're trying other methods. Don't do this at home.
Alright, time to get the new flywheel on.
Okay.
You doing an unboxing video now?
Unboxing.
You get a record with this thing or what?
No, it's some for documentation.
Woo! Oh shit.
Golly. Look how beautiful this thing is.
Do not use the one supplied in the Uniclutch fitment kit. Okay. So we have to use this circlip, not the one in there.
Okay.
There we go. That's the one. Jesus Christ. There's
So,
bad news abound.
bad news abound. We have a big problem. Basically, the spline of the transmission is way too big. And there's no fitting in the Uniclutch kit that matches that transmission because it's for the 5-speed transmissions, not the 6-speed, which means the whole clutch kit can't be installed today. So I'm gonna reach out to Uniclutch to see if there's an adapter that can fit the 6 speeds get rag transmissions, and then I guess I'm just gonna put back my stage 2 clutch for now, and then we'll continue with the Infinity install because I can at least do that and then go from there. But worst case, if Uniclutch doesn't work out, I'm just going to install a different twin disc clutch. But I just was really excited for this kind of design, so it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. It just sucks that we had to pull the transmission out for no reason, first of all, and then that I won't have a clutch that can handle the power I'm trying to put down for a bit. So anyway, it is what it is. We're gonna move forward. What's up, guys? I just wanted to give you an update. So it's been a few days now since I filmed that footage, and I reached out to Uniclutch to ask them about the situation, and they were super responsive. They actually have been working on an adapter that fits the get rag for the E46 M3, and they actually also told me that the clutch I had originally purchased wouldn't be able to work because of that spline difference, but the track edition actually uses a much bigger bore and would be better suited to fit this new adapter that they've been working on. So they've been kind enough to just upgrade me to a track edition, and I'm just waiting on them to reach back out with availability for that adapter. They mentioned that they would reach out to me as soon as it's available, and that it would be maybe a couple weeks out from now. So you know, that's really good and exciting news because now I get to use the clutch setup. And then I also asked them, because I was a little worried running the 1400 newton meters or foot-pounds setup, that it would be too harsh on the street, and they actually mentioned that it should be about the same as with the Sport. So I'm okay running that. It's made for a streetable car. So yeah, super excited. But I'm gonna stop the video here. We're gonna have the next part coming up here for the AEM install, and some more exciting news along with that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Again, like and subscribe, and catch you guys later.